What's up guys, it's boy here, Joshua C again, and as you've seen at the title, yes, today I'm gonna unbox the latest Xiaomi Mi 11 which is just launched in Malaysia. And if you've been following the launching event just now, you're probably like me, feeling so excited to get one on hand. But if you didn't, don't worry, because this video, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about the Xiaomi Mi 11. So let's head to it. Okay, so the Xiaomi Mi 11 China version was first launched in December last year and globally launched this year. So if you've been following our tech news, you've been well aware of this phone. But I would say having this phone in your hands and using it really gives you the wow factor for it. First thing first, let's look into the design of this phone. Other than the frosted glass materials on the back, the whole design of the Mi 11 has been changed significantly from the previous Mi 10 model. From the branding placement to the design of the camera housing as well as the camera module itself. The previous Xiaomi Mi 10 has the branding placed on the bottom center of the phone, but now it has moved to the bottom left corner and turns it into a linear text design, which makes it look more simple and clean. As for the camera housing, previously it was having a linear straight line housing that goes till a little bit too far down that our fingers often will cover up the 13 megapixel ultra wide lens. But this time, it has a new camera housing design which is much concentrated on the top left corner. And if you notice, it has shrunk the camera lenses from a quad camera setup to only a triple camera setup. But don't get disappointed in it yet, because lesser cameras doesn't mean you get lesser camera quality. Although it still remains the same 108 megapixel main camera, 13 megapixel ultra wide camera sensor, it has now upgraded from a 2 megapixel to a 5 megapixel macro lens and took off the 2 megapixel depth sensor, which to me is not a big deal because the cameras on this Mi 11 still keeps up with the qualities, especially for the 5 megapixel macro camera. As you can see, the 48mm telephoto lens macro camera can capture pretty fine detailed macro shot when you're having a great lighting. Besides, the main camera can also capture rich details and accurate colors on your daily photos as well as great night photos with the auto night mode on. But if you turn the night mode off, you'll probably get more blown out highlights and dark colored night photos. As for the 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, it did well on your daylight picture, and as for the night mode pictures, it's decent but having some overexposed contrast on the details. The 20 megapixel selfies look great as well. Now, let's go into the videos. It can capture up to 8K 30 frames per second and 4K 60 frames per second video recording. Details and colors accuracy is really nice and accurate in day, and not to mention during the night. It also has night video mode for you. The night video mode will surprise you when you are in a pitch dark situation without any lighting. You'll still be able to capture the objects around the way. Besides that, it also has tons of video features such as 4K time-lapse, dual view mode, super moon mode, and more. But what caught my attention is the preset movie effects that use AI calculation for all the cool effects such as the magic zoom effect, slow shutter effect, parallel wall, and my favorite time freeze effect, where it will freeze the moving object behind just like you're having some superpowers in the movies. But sadly, the effects are only limited to a maximum of 10 seconds video. So finished with the cameras, now let's go into the display. It has a 6.81-inch 120Hz 1440p WQHD Plus AMOLED quad curved display with 480Hz touch sampling rate. The color accuracy, color contrast is superb, especially when you are watching movies and gaming on it, because it supports HDR10+ as well as 10-bit color. The animations and graphics are pretty smooth and nice as well. It is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, and it has an under-display optical fingerprint reader, which isn't just for unlocking your phone but also able to read your heart rate. Underneath this device lies the Snapdragon 888 5nm chipset coupled with 8GB of RAM and up to 256GB of storage. With this powerhouse chipset, gaming on this phone is pretty smooth and there's no heating issue after hours of gaming. Although this time the battery is slightly smaller than the previous Mi 10 with just 4600 mAh, but it has a faster charging speed of 55W wired gallium nitride charger. GaN Charger and 50-watt wireless charging that can charge from 0 to 80% in 30 minutes. And I know you've been seeing it with no charger included in the box, but not to worry guys, the charger is included in the package for Malaysia. And the last thing I want to stress about will be the dual stereo speakers on the Mi 11, which is tuned by Harmon Kardon with both high-res audio certification and high-res wireless audio certification. The sound is really crisp and loud.
Cause I felt sad love, I felt bad love, sometimes happy love, so I end up giving up.
So to conclude my video, I really think that the Xiaomi Mi 11 is a flagship killer by offering premium chipset, camera, display, as well as the Harmon Kardon tuned speakers at this price point starting from 2,799 ringgit. But nothing is perfect. There's some dislike that I want to mention about, which in this case is the quad curved display, which you can notice on the top and the bottom. It has some imbalanced framing which doesn't look nice, and also the lack of telephoto lens for zooming purposes. But overall, if you're looking for an upgrade, this smartphone is something that worth looking out for. So that's all from me. I'm Joshua C, and if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon, and also share this out to your friend. Leave down your comment, what do you think about this phone, and not forget to follow my Instagram as well. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.